would like to call Dr. P. Megalingam sir completed his PhD degree in botany from Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai in 2000. Currently, he is working as assistant professor in botany and additional dean of research, VHNS Sindhikumar Nadar College, Virudhunagar, Tamil Nadu. And he has
Okay.
produced 25 MPhil and 12 PhD scholars and also guiding 3 PhD scholars. To his credit, he was awarded with UGC's prestigious research award from UGC New Delhi. His postdoctoral research experience at the Research Department of Botany, VHN Senthikumar Nadar College in Virudhunagar includes antioxidant properties of selected medicinal plants during 2014 to 2016. He has published more than 75 research papers in reputed journals, and he has participated and presented his research papers in international conferences held in Netherlands, Malaysia in 2008, Thailand, China, Japan, Indonesia, and Malaysia in 2019. He has edited 2 books and 15 book chapters. He has been actively engaged research on ethnobotany, pharmacology and phytochemistry. He served as organizing secretary ICETSS Malaysia, organized by Vigachanathan College during May 2019. He was the recipient of NSS Best Program Officer Award by Madurai Kamaraj University and Government of Tamil Nadu in 2009 to 2010 for his outstanding contribution to the society. Let me welcome Dr. P. Megalingam sir to invite the chairperson of the session. Sir, please.
Thank you, Professor Mariswari, for your nice introduction about me. Good afternoon to everybody. On behalf of Sendhi Research Advocacy Forum, VHN Senthikumar Nadar College, Virudhunagar, India, Peer Foundation, India, I am very happy to invite you all to the technical session on organic farming system. As we know, a large volume of organic matter generated from agricultural activities, dairy farms, industrial establishments, animal shelters and household activities that are generally dumped to putrefy without proper utilization. We know most towns, cities in India don't have proper waste management systems, and untreated solid waste are generally dumped in landfills and are on the roadsides, and the liquid wastes are discharged in water. The wastes are the misplaced valuable resources which can be utilized by proper composting. My dear friends, please remember, wastes are not wastes. Wastes are the wealth of our Asian countries. Wastes are the wealth of our nation. The compost waste, the vermicast, which has the highest quality of manure, can be used to feed our nutrient organic matter hungry soils. Okay, nowadays agricultural crops depends on the chemical fertilizers. So the chemical fertilizers that deplete soil organic content, that leads to the health hazards. The residues of chemical fertilizer cause concern over the safety of food and sustainable production. We know that, for instance, the chemical fertilizers like ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate, urea, that reduce the soil pH also. So the chlorides are highly toxic to most of the crop plants. So organic farming, the usage of eco-friendly manures such as green manure, urban waste, rural waste, can bring sustainability to agriculture. So it becomes imperative for the young researchers and planners to develop an alternate strategy, viable strategy to supplant the chemical farming. By considering the importance of organic farming to safeguard the environment, our VHNSN College in India and Peer Foundation India have included the topic organic farming in the international virtual conference. Now, I am very happy to, my duty is to introduce our beloved chief guest, a resource person. At the outset, I feel really privileged to introduce Professor Komudi Nayagam Subramanian, Director, University of Guyana, South America. Professor is working in plant pathology, biological control, soil microbiology, molecular biology, mushroom cultivation, and antimicrobial activities. Professor Komudi Nayagam Subramanian has qualified a PhD in botany with a specialization in plant pathology. CA is in botany, Chennai, University of Madras. MSc in botany with first division at Ayanadar Janaki College, Sivagasi, India. UG, BSc botany at Vivekananda College, Tamil Nadu, India. Our eminent resource person has postdoctoral research experience in biological science from 2003 to 2004. CA is in botany, University of Madras, India. To his credentials, he is a recipient of so many awards. He is a recipient of a Special Merit Award for outstanding teaching and research in the year 2008, University of Guyana, South America, recipient of Research Associate of Life Science Achievement Award from CLRI, Central Research Leather Research Institute, Adayar, Chennai, recipient of award of CSIR, SRF, recipient of award of ICAR for SRF in plant science, India. Now, at present, our distinguished resource person is currently working as a director in the University of Guyana. Sir has visited so many countries. He is visited as visiting professor and resource person to conduct training program for research assistants in Aglia Biotech Laboratory, California, USA. Professor Komudi Nayagam is also acting as a chairperson of Campus Coordinator Committee, Campus Board, University of Guyana. He is a panel member for Turkian and Thai talks on the topic farming profitability and food security. He is also serving as member in many professional bodies like Guyana Council member of Board of Graduate, member of Appointment Committee, member of Annual Business Committee, member of Annual Business and Planning Committee, life member of Caribbean Food Crop Society, life member of International Society of Conservation of Natural Resources. Apart from this, our distinguished resource person has attended 66 seminars, conference, workshop at national level and international level, 30 research publication to a tune of 30, authored 2 books, chapters 2, research publications 43. He filed 3 patents at national level. Our resource person has authored 2 books. They are molecular characterization of plant pathogens, intelligent chemicals for integrated disease management. That is innovative methods and techniques for integrated pest and disease management. Actually, his biodata is more than 20 pages, right? So we feel it a pleasure in having with us. We invite him to share his valuable thoughts on organic farming system, past, present, and future. Welcome you, sir. Our mind is open to get more information from you, sir. Thank you for giving me this golden opportunity. My college dean for research, Dr. Jayakumaran, and our principal, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chairman. Professor Megalingam, you gave a very good introduction, very nice introduction. I am so happy to hear from you. First of all, I would thanks to Professor Muttichelian. He only make us attend this platform. And also I have to thank to principal and his team, VHSN College, and all eminent presenters, and last but not least, the organizer of this virtual conference or this platform. So I won't talk much, but already Dr. Megalingam tell about organic farming. So I am happy. So I am very proud. I'm so happy. I am from same village where the college is same district, Virudhunagar district. I am from Virudhunagar district. So I am proud to say the VHNs do excellent job. I will appreciate, I must comment. They are doing good work. So I joined more than 2 hours before. I listened all the presenters. This is did excellent job. So the chairman mentioned about me. Okay, I can say some background about me and Guyana. You know about Guyana. Some people, somebody doesn't know. So that's why I can take a few minutes. So I joined University of Guyana after completion of my PhD. I did under Professor Lalita Kumari, well-known plant pathologist, Tamil Nadu, India, and all over the world. So everybody know her, Professor Lalita Kumari. She was a director of Center for Advanced Study in Botany. I joined her under PhD program. After completion, I joined 2005. So the 2005 as a lecturer, two subsequently promoted senior lecturer, reader, and professor, and appointed as a 2014 as a director. Dr. Megalingam mentioned about all my awards. I am so happy. He leave at one very important award I got. The government conferred national highest award like Padma Shri, Padma Shri, like this. Golden Arrow of Achievement Award 2019, May 25th. Government of Guyana honored me and give the highest award. I got the award from President of Guyana. So that's why after my name I put the AA. AA means Golden Achievement Arrow in agriculture field. So the University of Guyana, it has a two campus. Main campus in Georgetown, 80 miles away in north. I am residing in Berbice. The Berbice campus is a population of 675 students and 120 staff. This university was established 1963 October 3. Then the campus established 2000. The campus so young, only complete 20 years old. But I am 15 years, 9 months. So when I joined University of Guyana, I used to meet the farmers. The farmers in Guyana. Guyana is one of the agriculture country. Guyana means land of many waters. When I meet the Guyana farmers, here the small farmers, 150 acres called small farmer. In our village, our area, even 10 acres will talk, oh, he's a big farmer. And if you have a tractor, oh, he's a big person. Here, even 150 acre called small farmer, you must possess more than 2 to 5 tractor. Imagine, big farmers, 5 to 10,000 acreage or hectareage. So when I meet the farmers, whenever they using too much fertilizers, what Dr. Megalingam said, too much synthetic fertilizer they're using. As end of day, they didn't get any good result because of some repletion, runoff, whatever. So I decided we have to do something. That's why my mind pop up, we will go organic. Why I'm saying each farmer has 1,000 head of cow. That means they call cow, 1,000 cow, goats, sheep. Wow. This goat, sheep, and pig, everything. But they never use a fertilizer. They never collect the cow mold. We call cow mold, okay? Or we call cow manure. So they never use it. I decided, tell to the farmer, why you people has a fortunately plenty cow manure. Each farmer has 1,500, 2,000 cow. Collect it and use of your field. Unfortunately, the Guyana area is 83,000 square mile, but the population is 785,000. We call 7,85,000. So they're living on coastal area. They don't know the manpower. They used to say, they call Gomes because they cannot pronounce my name, full name, Komadinayam Subramaniam. They call Professor Gomes. Professor Gomes, he said, good, but we cannot use your method because of very hard manpower. I said, is it possible? So that's why I mentioned, I met a farmer, they are using too much fertilizer. I decided to do something organic farming. Is it possible in Guyana? Because they have a lot of livestock. Then I decided I already started. I identified 4 farmers already, different area, especially the Berbice rice producing area. And also Guyana, you might have heard about Guyana is one of the top sugar and rice producer, especially Western Hemisphere. It is a top one rice producer. And also Guyana is located in South America, only English speaking country. It's Guyana. 13 countries in South America, but only English speaking country, Guyana. And more so, it is a CARICOM country. CARICOM is a 16 country like Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Suriname, Barbados, and so on. These are CARICOM. Among the CARICOM, Guyana, but residing in South America, only English speaking country. And also another important in Guyana, 39 to 40% Indian descent. It came 1838 as an indentured labor. It came from 4 ships, 2 ships from North India like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, 1 ship from West Bengal, 1 from Madras. That's why Guyana they call Madrasi. They always call Madrasi. So here they have the cultures, but apparently they forget all the things. No language, Tamil, Hindi, no, only English. They have the temple also, Marian temple, Madhuraviran, Karpasamy temple, everything, but they don't know the meaning. They use the LR Iswari songs, all temple, but they don't know the meaning. They used to invite me whenever the puja, big puja, when they manifested, they used the pujari, talk Tamil. Then I will be a moderator or translator. I used to translate in English. So this is a Guyana. So I said, Guyana, land of many water, beautiful country, look like one of the agriculture country like India. So I decided to start this one, organic farming system. How will possible, okay? So organic farming system, past, present, and future. Small interest, then I won't take much time, but I can explain. The Dr. Megaling already said about few things about. That's true. The organic agriculture, main thing to promote and protect the plant health and soil health, animal health, as well as human health. This is an important thing. This is an integrated production management system which promote and enhance agro ecosystem. Agro ecosystem is agriculture, health, including biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activity. The system agriculture production that main thing to prohibit use of genetically modified product or organism. Fortunately, Guyana never aware about. They don't have any genetically modified product available in Guyana. But they're using synthetic fertilizers. I said, they use it too much. Knowingly, unknowingly use a lot of fertilizers. And growth common, so all of things. So this is a big problem in Guyana. So the organic agriculture or organic farming, all the things designated increase the biological activity, soil biological activity. Soil biological activity means the soil contains the microorganism such as bacteria, fungus, nematode, protozoa, algae, and actinomyces. Among them, protozoa and nematodes only cause the disease. Rest of microorganisms, they do the 4 functions. What's the function? Mineralization, mobilization, assimilation, and decompose. This 4 process always doing the microbial organism. This is a biological activity. And also, this microorganism do involve biogeocycle or biological cycle, such as nitrogen cycle, sulfur cycle, phosphate cycle, carbon cycle, water cycle. It always involving. So if the microorganisms content or population less in your soil, whatever you use it, the fertilizer, it won't help the plant system. The plant system not move like a human being. It always, excuse me, because they call that everything. So the plant system, that when you use the fertilizer like a urea or whatever, it won't reach the immediate plant system. How will it reach? Because of microorganism. The microorganism to act on the fertilizer, for example, urea, immediately urease. If you use a phosphate, it's phosphatase. It will mineralize, make a simple form and mobilize, and the plant system take it. So that means increase the soil fertility. So you have to maintain the soil fertility, improve the microbial population. You might think, how we can improve the microbial population? One thing, to use the organic fertilizer, such as cow manure, chicken manure, vermicompost, or mulching. All are things to improve the soil microbial population. When soil microbial population increase, automatically soil fertility, direct relationship, soil fertility increase. As end of day, even if soil fertility is high, the plant became a healthy. Once a plant became a healthy, means in order to get the good produce, disease free, healthy, and residues free, that for good for our health. As end of day, our generation will be healthy, happy. That's why maintaining long-term soil fertility and health, and recycle waste of the plant and animal origin, and return to the soil as a fertilizer. I would mention, the microorganism always present in the soil. That microorganism, whatever the plant residues or animal residues fell down the soil, immediately will act. For example, when you had any animal died or plant dead, whatever happened, within 2 days we have some odor smell. That means a bad smell. After 7 days, you cannot walk that area. Big bad smell, because of first bacteria will act. They won't make much good smell. Then will act the fungus. That means the decomposing. There's a dead organic, material like a plants, animals. As the end of day, this material go to the soil. Then soil became a fertile. That's why recycle. We are fortunate. We are also agriculture country, India. We can use all our waste product except the plastics, any synthetic material, you can use as a fertilizer. In the olden time, even my village, my grandmother has 25 buffalo to mining, but nowadays we cannot find the buffalo in my village. Only we can go how. So we collect the cow dung every morning. When the buffalo going to grazing, we collect the cow dung, we'll store it. Then after harvest the paddy or whatever we using. That's a method they're using traditional. Now we call that organic farming. So that's why we can use it. All waste material, regardless plants, animals, it became a fertile for soil. Minimize use of non-renewable resource. That means coal, natural gas, oil, and atomic energy. These are the non-renewable resource. When you use out, you won't get back. But unfortunately, we are, as an Indian, we are so dependent this non-renewable resource. We have to minimize. If you are dependent this one, what will happen as end of day? This is all depleted. I mean, if you use out, you won't get back. So if we use other rely on the local renewable input and limit of farm input, we can use a renewable, just a hydro, thermal, solar, but we are Guyana and Tamil Nadu, same tropical nature. But Delhi has extreme cool, extreme cold. But Guyana look like a Tamil Nadu. Same the border, that's the same condition. We have the lot of sunlight. Then you can use a solar power, solar energy, and you can use a hydro. Unfortunately, we don't have the water much in India, especially Tamil Nadu, especially my district, scarcity for water, even sometimes drinking water. But Guyana has, I mentioned, lot of land of many waters. It has a plenty water, as well as Guyana every month 4 to 5 times the rainfall precipitation will occur. Every month 3 to 4 times precipitation available. That's why we have a lot of water. I used to tell the government, I'm also one of the policy makers. They, whenever they have the meeting, they will call agriculture minister, all minister. I used to participate because of director. So I will advise to the use the relay local renewable input and limit the off-farm input. For example, in Guyana, we don't have the manpower. They have the 5,000, 10,000 acre. When you harvest the, reaping the paddy or harvest the paddy, the burn the paddy straw in the field. In our country, India, I'm proud to say, we are storing the paddy straw for food for our livestock. I used to say, you can store it. That's so good. They said no manpower homes, we cannot use it. That's why they burn out. Once they burn the field, even we used to say, suppose sugar can also hear the burning. When in our area, especially India, if you burn the sugar cane, there's something wrong. Somebody damage our field. We will start. But here burning the sugar cane also. How much? More than 10,000 hectares sugar cane they are growing. Put the fire, then will manually they chop out. Now they do mechanically. One thing, because of manpower, they control the all reptiles. Suppose if you go inside snakes, centipede, millipede, all sort of thing. Second thing, to contain the water of sugar cane. They want direct sucrose content. That's why the burning. I against that one. I keep on saying since 2005 should not burn the trash sugar cane. You can use for the mulch. You can use for as fertilizer. That's a rely on the renewable input and limit of the off-farm input. So next one is promote the healthy use of soil and water, air, as well as minimize all form pollution. At the end of the day, if we not care about our globe, our earth, what will happen? We are polluting and we kill our generation. We might be living comfortably this time, but what about our future generation? You should make a healthy soil, make a healthy water, make a healthy air. You can live without water at least 2 or 3 hours, but you cannot live within 2 minutes. Air. How? You have to make a free air. How we can make it? Only improve the microbial content. How? Use the organic system. Then we will encourage all pollution free. The biological activity I said, this always involve the whole system. We might have about soil, plant, and environment. Always interrelationship. It will always happen. Knowingly, unknowingly it's happen, but we are not. For example, we have the rain. Not heavy rain. Suppose drizzling or some shower for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. After that, you walk street or you walk the farm, you have some smell. Also smell, soil smell. We call. How? Because of microorganism. If it doesn't have the soil smell, that means you don't have the microorganism in soil. So that's why one of the indicator for healthy soil. And the last one is the earthworm. If you look at your soil, your farm, wherever, your kitchen garden, your farm, if you would find the earthworm, the soil is fertile soil. So, the continuation, principle of organic agriculture is international accreditation of Federation of Organic Agriculture Movement. Was established in 1972 in Germany. Now there's some principle. I again say health of soil, plants, animals, human being. Produce a high quality nutritious food free from harmful chemicals. I would mention previous the kind of farmer They're doing good farming, good practice, but they're using too much chemical. You know, whenever here we use a lot of green vegetables every day. If you use I said they never send the lady to weed it and watering. They everything's mechanical. They spray the weedicide, herbicide, insecticide. What will happen? These residues, example 2,4-D, the residues present the soil more than 10 years. But they are using frequently. Every crop they use to control the weed, control the pests, whatever. As it happen, the residue, when we get the food, we get a side effect. So we have to be very careful. As we are, I proud to say we are Indian, we have to be very careful to protect and save our environment, soil, plants, animals, everything. At the end of the day, we will become healthy. Then limiting and sustain natural system, promote reuse. That's why we have to reuse it. Dr. Mahaling said, a lot of waste material we have it in India. Because of population development, we have a lot of, regardless of water waste material, you have to separate it. We have to distinct it, separate it, decompose, prepare it, recycling, and this is going to be a very efficient management of resources. And it should be eco-friendly. It won't cause any problem for our system. So equity, and also we have to respect and justice all living things, ensure fair share of all parties. We should give respect each others. We can give the share also, whatever. That's the means we don't give up money. We can share the knowledge. You can share your idea. For example, you have one apple. Another person has one apple. You can give one apple to that guy. That guy give to all. Still we have the person has a changing apple. We have one. But I have the idea. You have the idea. I share my idea. You share your idea to me. I get the two idea. That's what I'm saying. We have to share it, all our idea. Not sharing the money or wealth at all. Sharing your idea, especially organic system. Then it will be encouraged. The people will happy, the nation will happy. That's why I say last point, to preventing measures, protect and conserve natural resources for all generations to come. I said, when you use this method, organic agriculture or organic farming, whatever the terminology they use in different country, but when you adopt this system, it became a very good conservation of natural resource for our future generation. I say it, we will live comfortable, whatever the comfortable, sophisticated life, but you have to think about our generation, how we can protect them. Only way to improve the microorganism. How you can improve the microorganism? To, of course, the microorganism cause a disease, I said, but we have to think about everything has a positive and negative. You have to focus on only positive and beneficial only. That's only most of microorganisms other than nematode, protozoa to help the plant system, such as bacteria, Pseudomonas, Azospirillum, Phosphobacterium, Acetobacter. These are the fixing nitrogen. And blue-green algae called cyanobacteria. These also help the fixing nitrogen. And actinomycete always make a moist condition, soil condition. What will happen? It will minimize evaporation soil. Unfortunately, in India, we are facing the scarcity of water. So to minimize soil evaporation as well as to make a coolness of the root system and coolness of the rhizosphere. Rhizosphere means microorganism associated with the root system called rhizosphere. It will always want cool temperature, not very zero temperature, normal temperature. It will grow. When you grow, the plant will be healthy and we can protect our environment. So the organic farming system past, I said, it is a traditional. I will mention, my village, every family used to have the 2 or 5 or 6 buffalo. Nowadays, no buffalo in my village. Why? We don't have water. We don't have the crazy land. We don't have anything. Only we have some people have the cow for milking purpose. So they collect the cow dung. They use the field every after harvesting rice or any crop, they use it olden time. Now we call presently that's organic system. So traditional farming, many particular kind of different eras and places was original type of agriculture. It and has been practiced thousands of years. I can say my knowledge, my village, best example. Every farmer, every householder, everybody has some compost pit. Whenever they collect the material from home, kitchen, or government water, they put the pit, the compost pit. After 6 months, they use for field. That's why the traditional method now we can call organic. So consider be organic, although the time there is no known inorganic method. Inorganic means synthetic fertilizers. Not much. They never use. That's a live long. Some people are 100 years, some people are 100 more. Now 85, even though 25, we got a lot of complication because of we are neglecting all our nature. If you disturb the nature, you will get the reward. That's why we have to protect the nature. We will get the benefit. Okay. Forest grading, a fully organic product, good production system which date from prehistoric times into that is the world's oldest and most resilient ecosystem. After industrial revolution had introduced inorganic methods, most of which we are not well developed, are serious side effect. I would mention, nowadays we make simple for example, for comfortable, we are order the food in the hotel, restaurant, especially fast food, because of time, because of preparation. We simply order the fast food. Unfortunately, Guyana has a lot of Chinese restaurants. The people purchase only fast food. But we are not much, India less. But we have the fast food, each street, each town. So it makes a side effect. We have to be careful handling this kind of inorganic method, inorganic product. So the organic movement began in the 1940s. Reaction agriculture growing really reliance on the synthetic fertilizer and pesticides. Guyana fully relies the fertilizer, pesticide, herbicide, insecticides because of lack of manpower. So there are only 7 lakhs people only for 80,000 square mile area. So, but they're growing more than hectare, 10,000, 15,000 hectare. So you see that some photos at the beginning, we do the manual, but in Guyana, only broadcasting. Use the glider flight or use the manpower. They, for 15 acres, they use more than 190 kg of seed paddy. Imagine, we use 5 acre to 10 acre, only 70 kg paddy, seed paddy. Make a nursery, we pick up, hand pick up, and planting. That's why we minimize. And also we send the ladies, we have the manpower, pick up the weed. But Guyana never ever, only broadcasting or sowing, that's all. Then if we have the weed, they spray the weedicide. If we have the insect, they use the pesticide. They never ever do any manpower because they don't have the manpower. So this is a side effect. They happen. The history of this modern revival of the organic farming date back first half of 20th century. Now we are 21st century. At the time when there was growing reliance of the new synthetic non-organic methods. The British botanist Sir Albert Howard is often referred to the father of modern organic agriculture. These are the first. Even come the present, I have to thanks to the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, the right side. I posted, this I gathering from, I called from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. I proud to say they are doing excellent job. So there's a present system. You see, we are using vermicompost. I install vermicompost on my campus. I have the mushroom cultivation on my campus. When you after harvesting mushroom, the residue, there's a waste product or byproduct, I use for fertilizer, I use for vermicompost feed. And I use whenever I tell I am being a director, I tell my ground staff whenever the weed, because I said Guyana has every month 3 to 4 times rain. That's why we have the slasher, okay, weeder. They will weed the grass every week because grass grow fast. That grass I collected use for vermicompost as a feed for earthworm and are the cow dung. See vermicompost, right? See vermicompost or in green leaf manure. Olden time, I can tell up always my village. Okay, my village is a farming village. After the 5 village, my village stop. They use the one of the plants. That's called takkapodu. In Tamil, I couldn't name botanical. I'm sorry. They use the takkapodu. When after harvest the paddy, they plow it. The forecast the seed. The takkapodu when you grow like this, there's a leguminous family. It has a lot of root nodules. It has a lot of rhizobium. After when you prepare the land, they chip with a steel wheel or gas wheel to chip with all the takkapodu along with the incorporated soil. That's called green leaf manure. We nowadays very rare. I am not sure. Maybe I cannot claim. Maybe other country like other area in Tanjore, other wherever they have water, they might use it. But in my village, no more using the green manure. But Guyana, sorry, we have lot of resource, but they don't want to use it because of manpower. I am telling through the Ministry of Agriculture. Now they are starting, okay? Then crop rotation. Same, the crop rotation, very, very simple, and also to minimize the disease. For example, tomato, pepper, palangi, always susceptible for wilt disease caused by Fusarium archisporum fungus or Pythium, dumping of disease. What happened? The Fusarium archisporum, Pythium, both the fungus survive in soil more than years, 5 years, 10 years. When you use a systemic fungicide, it will protect only plant system only. Wherever you apply, systemic is transfer whole system, but it won't spread in the soil. Only it became a system of plants, regardless any plant you have it. In order to control that fungus, Fusarium archisporum or Pythium, you should replace crop rotation. What you should? You can use a okra. In Guyana, we call okra, that's a lady's finger. Why? The okra release a lot of alkaloids. You are farmers or whatever, you might know, okra never cut the wilt disease. I mean, lady's finger never cut the wilt disease. Why? It creates same soil, same condition, same area. Why tomato cut it, pepper cut it, palangi means eggplant cut it. Why okra didn't cut it? Because of okra releases a lot of alkaloids. And more so, you can use a sugarcane or you can use a corn. When you use this crop, rotate, it will control the or kill the same Fusarium archisporum or Pythium. You won't get back same wilt disease. The crop rotation. Second thing, why you use the crop rotation? To minimize the pest. For example, whenever you see the eggplant, the bottom of leaf, you can the light white flies. Lot of white flies. Fine, very minute. That white flies always reside or live in the palangi plant. Same white fly carry the virus to other plant system. That's why what you should, if you have more, instead of using, my aim should not use any chemical. That's why the Caribbean area, the companies, Caribbean companies, sometimes they against me, they are angry with me. Dr. Gomes, you are always advised use organic product, biopesticide, bioinsecticide, bioherbicide. I use advice because a lot of vegetation, they will vex with me. So you can rotate the crop. Instead of the palangi, you can put some monocot, sugarcane or corn. If you put it, you cannot find the same white fly. Why? The monocots has more silica coated leaf. If you see the monocot leaf, like a sugarcane leaf, including paddy leaf or corn or maize, you can take it, you put your hand, it will scratch. Why? Because it has a more silicon coated. That means it will prevent the white fly or whatever they won't attack. When you change it, the white fly somewhat moved or it will die because they don't know the food. For example, I am vegetarian. If I go some area, They don't have the vegetarian hotel. I have church. Where you get the vegetarian restaurant? I have check. Same thing. The plants and the pest. What will happen? It will checking, or it will migrate somewhere as end of the day. That's a crop rotation. And biological management is one of my juniors. You might know Professor, Associate Professor of Sanmaya. He work in the biological department of Madurai Kamaraj University. He doing same thing. He use the Pseudomonas, control the disease of wilt in tomato. So this is a biological management. You have to use the living organism, control the living organism. That's a biological control. But here, as a farming, you use a biological product. That means plant residues, animal residues. Whatever use of biological easily decadable, you can use the maintaining your soil fertility, maintaining your soil health, and maintain the plant health. As end of day, get the good yield. So animal husbandry, I said, the Guyana is fortunate. Every family, every farmers, especially farmers, have the livestock: chicken, goat, sheep, donkey, horse, and cow. But I am sorry to say, they use him for meat purpose. They import the evaporated milk, tin milk, condensed milk, powder milk from all over country, but they don't want to use their own milk. I collect the cow milk every week, the fresh cow milk, very hard to get. I find some farmer. So if you use that one, same as a maintenance the farming system, and it's a fire fertilizer. I said Rhizobium, Phosphobacterium, Acetobacter, Azospirillum, Nitromonas. These are we are fortunate, we are proud to say India has it, especially in Hyderabad, Nagarjuna Fertilizer Company. They produce a trichoderma, different formulation, liquid form, granule form, powder form. They produce in Guyana, sorry, India has it. We can use the biofertilizer instead of using urea, TSP 1515. But biofertilizer take slow process but sustain. But we cannot give up. The synthetic fertilizer is an immediate effect. But immediate effect, it has a side effect. You have to think about long term. It will, suppose you use the urea today, within 45 minutes, the urea is acted, it is sent to the plant system. You can see tomorrow the plant became a green. But when you use the biofertilizer, anyone, whatever I would mention, Phosphobacterium, Rhizobium, whatever so on, once you use it as Azospirillum, Anabina, Nostoc, all blue-green algae or cyanobacteria, it will take time. Then it will sustain, it will fix the nitrogen from atmosphere, it will make a simple form, nitrification, amonification, denitrification, all process. It's a long process. As the end of the day, plant get the nitrogen and free of cost. As the end of the day, free of from chemical residue. So last one is manure. I would mention the manure, but we call in Guyana cow mold. Cow dung, cow mold. I introduce same things using the cow manure, cow mold in my campus. So only is a 8-acre farm we have. Whenever I would mention the Guyana, unfortunately, the weather condition, the rain every week once. That's why I tell ground staff, collect the cow dung, fresh cow dung. Director, sorry, we cannot go today. Why? Heavy rain yesterday, that area. That's why when I try weather, I collect more than 60 to 8 backup dry cow dung. That's a cow manure. I store it, then I use all the plants. Unfortunately, I didn't take all the photo of my campus. I beautiful, and also my wife worked with me. She made the beautification of campus. Beautiful flower garden, I made it because I never use any chemicals that area. It became a model plot for farmers. They are coming. I have the seed nursery. I have the 2 seed house. I have the multiple crop system, only organic. The farmers nowadays coming to see it. So these are the present organic farming system. So this left side is a multifunctional organic system. You see, I don't want to go back again. Long-term security, yield, biodiversity, ecological aim, the function ecosystem, stability, and sustainability. Some social aims. 3 economic aims, ecological aims, social aims, serving rural communities, fulfilling local needs. If you mining the cow or goat, sheep, whatever, you give the job also. We can make some sufficient for job opportunities. Called cottage industry, whatever you can make it. Organic easily, you can do it. And you can employ the people, collect the cow dung, collect the goat manure, collect the sheep manure, collect it and store it or use it. Instead of using fertilizer, you can use this one. At the end of the day, they get the job and also they self-sufficient for individual and self-sufficient for food stuff and self-provided workforce. You see, that's why I said. Last one is economic aims. We rely on the local resource, economic efficiency. I said we use the cost. If you buy the urea, I am not sure. In Guyana, the 1 pack urea 100 kg is 7,000 Guyana dollar. That is equal to our Indian money 3,500. But I am not sure how much urea in India. If you use a 1 pack urea for some 100 root of tomato or 100 root of pepper or 100 root of whatever cash crop or rice field, if you use the same 100 kg of any manure, chicken manure, vermicompost or cow manure, whatever you use it, especially goat and sheep. I come across some article, especially India, especially Tamil Nadu Agriculture News reported the goat or sheep manures are higher than cow manure, chicken manure. Chicken manures may keep the heat, but goat, sheep is even one hand, 50 to 100 gram. You put the one plant, any plant, okra, phalange, tomato, it will sustain for 2 seasons. You don't want to put any more fertilizer. So that's why you can efficient economic. You can save the money. Next crop, you will minimize. Of course, I am not saying don't use the synthetic fertilizer. If you use 100 kg urea, you can use a 25 kg urea. You save the money. That's why present system in Guyana, as I am proud to say Indian, we are also fortunate. We have all the resources. We should adapt. We should work out this one. We are, as all our teachers, professors, we are come from teacher now, readers, professor, whatever. We have to inform to our village people, our farmers. We can, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University doing farming class, whatever. But we have to be initiated for our village. So these are the organic farming use almost exclusively biological and natural materials. So repeat to say, then the current is organic farming has grown rapidly throughout the world in recent years, especially in Australia. Australia is one of the continent. See, has the largest land areas under organic farming. See, we can do it, especially Tanjore, that area, Pudukkottai, whatever, they have a lot of farming. We have to inform, we have to tell them, please mining the cow, mining the buffalo, mining and use the organic fertilizer. And it's the highest percentage of organic area. And in Europe and Mexico, close to be me, this is the greatest number of organic farm worldwide. I introduced in Guyana vermicompost with one of our Indian professor. He is working main campus, Professor Abdullah Ansari. He did the doctorate in New College under the University of Madras. He is one of the experts in the vermicompost. He make all the region. We call state India, but in Guyana we call the 10 region. Region 1, region 2, region. Among the 10 region, 6 region farming, agriculture. 3 region mining, gold, bauxite, diamond, whatever. So I am leaving region 6, only agriculture. Unfortunately, recently they find the oil also. Kind of find in the Berbice area, offshore and in the sea, they find the 5 to 6 oil well. So I used to say, please adapt this system. See, these are the principle, okay, to keep and build the soil structure and fertility. Same thing I said, again, mulching. I didn't tell about mulching. Mulching means to cover the close root system, cover the soil profile. Why? To minimize, evaporate the water as well as make a cool climate condition for that microbial climate. That's called microbial climate. What means or microclimate, rhizosphere. Such rhizosphere, it will product, and actinomycin will product when you do the mulching. Nowadays, the availability of source, they use a different mulching material. Even some people are using mulching the plastic. They're using plastic, not degradable, but they are using. Why they say we want control the evaporation of water and minimize the cold. But Guyana, fortunately, we have enough water. I never advise the mulching, but I advise the mulching for some rare crops. That's why. Then to control the pest and disease weed, when you use the proper cultural practice, you do the good cultural practice, crop rotation, use of resistant crops, encourage the useful predator. Predator means living things. The wasp take the caterpillar, they will eat it. That's the biological control. That's why you use it. Increase the genetic diversity, not genetic material. Genetic diversity. That means involve the genetical recombination and produce a resistant variety, different diversity. In Guyana, we have the one National Agriculture Research Institute, whole nation. They are using some genetical diversity, mean produce a tissue culture method, recombinant method, and also, of course, I am the mentor for that one. We are producing to disease resistant. Why? Guyana is more conducive for microorganism. Very good climate for microorganism to proliferation or spread fast. That's why they are working on develop the resistant variety. GRDP, Guyana Rice Development Board. I am also one of the board of member. They also release the variety, the resistant to the blast, brown spot, sheath blight. This is a very dominant in Guyana, and bad bug. There's a very serious problem in Guyana. They introducing using the natural pesticide. I have even my home, neem, garlic, tulsi, madar. Madar means calotropis, we call ericale, okay, in Tamil. Madar and vinca rosea. These are the plant material. I ask the farmer, collect it and blend it or chip out, store 10 days. This is a method I gathering from our Nammalwar, one of the agronomists, you might hear about Nammalwar. From his technique, I introduced in Guyana. That's a use of natural pesticide. If you have a white fly, immediately they used to call me, Dr. Booms, I have a white fly. Collect the garlic, use the tulsi leaf, and put the black pepper, 1 or 2. Blend it, spray it. Don't buy any pesticide. They got the result. They are so happy. This something that I said, the company people are vexed with me. Next is last the careful use of water resource. For our India, use very careful water resource. But in Guyana, that point take out. We have the surplus water, land of many water. We have it. And good animal husbandry. If you do the good animal husbandry, means product and mining and rearing properly, you will get the healthy food and health system. Now, last is the organic farming system in future. That means use the computerized, use the satellite, use the modern technology. But to improve the organic system, not encourage use of synthetic fertilizer. I used to go every year as a neighbor country. I went to Barbados. In here the problem. I went to one of farmer. His is a very nice system. He has a throne. The throne go, okay, I said that they have a 50 to 100 acre. Barbados, small island, they have the maximum 10 acres. So they have the throne, they computerize. The farmers started in his control room, the computer system. When the plant needs the water, automatically water pump from well, shallow well or from canal. But unfortunately, in India, we cannot say it like this. No water. If the suppose plant needs the water, if you automatically computer on, the pump will burn out because no water in the well. But this system is possible, okay? We can make a water tank and any store the rainwater whenever, and is systemized. They said that's like a future organic system. Imagine I have got some information. Organic agriculture will prosper in India and will contribute in the feeding of 1.5 billion people by 2030. I proud to say, see, imagine organic agriculture. According to the statistic by Asokam and TechSign, organic farming market in India will reach around 1.3 billion dollar, not money, not our money. Okay, imagine by 2020. I am not sure now. We are 2020. With growth rate is of 25 to 30% per year. So future, we see the left side, same thing, organic agriculture, precision farming. So standard organic methods, roll up public support. I said, no, I face in Guyana. I'm not sure what about our people. Sometimes they get the knowledge, they get the idea, they get the how control, how improve. They never share to other farmers because you can get the more produce or get the, that's happened Guyana. I am breaking that one. As a director, I have the privilege, get the permission. I can meet the farmer every Saturday. So volunteer service. I use to the farmers, explain to the farmer, do this kind of practice. Do this kind of practice, don't use this one, I use it. But I call the farmer, 5 to 10 farmer, most will come. Each village, I will meet the farmer, I explain. Because nobody is doing like this. I used to tell the farmers, use this kind of method. But they are not supporting each other. That's what happened in Guyana. I'm not sure what about in India. So you should share the knowledge. I said I mentioned the example. You share the knowledge, you get the more knowledge. If you not share it, it might be that's the olden time. Lot of people are using the home remedies. Anything happen, snake fighting, centipede fighting, or scorpion fighting, whatever. For example, I was when 5 years old. Scorpion fighter me. Even my father, that's a village at that time, they carried to hospital, whatever, they said, no, you cannot cure it. They bring back home. But one of the lady, she used some plant material. Within 3 days, I got the perspiration, lot of sweating. Every 1 hour, they roll the bed sheet, remove the water. After 7 days, I'm okay. Even doctor, no, sorry, we cannot do this. So that's why we used to go Vatira Irpu, in English, Vatra, only 8 kilometers away. Carried hospital, there's a sandbag. I was 5 years old. Then, now, that lady passed away. We don't have that method because they're not sharing. If we share it, we will get it. That's the attitude we have. In Guyana, I said small farming community, but big farmers, they're not sharing the knowledge. Simply they buy the synthetic fertilizer they're using. But we are leader of the, we are the all university, college, academician became a pillar of the nation. We should introduce, you should tell or disseminate the farmers community. So this market promotion and distribution as end of day business marketing. In region 6, I am leaving region 6, one of the big market every Saturday. Tomorrow I have it. Just a walkable distance, only 100 meters opposite my house. Big market, Port Maran market. There's an Indian community, mostly Indian. 95% Indian community. They came from different area of India, 1838. When I go, they give respect to me. Dr. Gomes, they always, because I survey for volunteer. When afternoon, if okro, I means lady's finger, Karela, they call, that's a car, Peter car, Kwas, whatever, they selling after 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock market to finish, they throw it. Because they don't know the storing capacity, they don't know the processing unit, they don't know the how post harvesting. But that's the essence of the market. Even here to New York, 5 hours non-stop. In Canada, 6 hours, 5.5 hours. UK, 6.5 hours non-stop. I used to advise the agriculture minister. We can send the everyday morning one flight, evening flight, fresh vegetables, especially organic. They want. If you go, I went to all the country, 15 to 25 countries. Imagine you go US, UK, Canada, each market, supermarket, they have the organic produce. That's expensive, but the organic produce. So I used to tell, send it, make a market. That's called market promotion and distribution. We can make an impact. Fortunately, in Guyana, India, we have the Ulavar Sunday, farmer market. That's a good. But here doesn't have it. I am trying to introduce. This is a organic farming system in future. We are how to introduce this technology or techniques or methods. This is a not very high qualified person to collect the cow dung, collect the weed, the grass, whatever the chipped from field, collect the vermicompost and earthworm. Earthworm is innocent. We call company of farmers. It won't cost anything. I put the only 25 earthworm on pit. Now I have more than 3,000 earthworm. That's why I am separating now. So that's easy. I harvesting every 45 days. One sack 100 kg of vermicompost. But I use my fuel. I give the farmer free of cost. I'm giving because I want make awareness, and I give the mushroom also free of cost. They grow a lot of mushroom, but they don't want the Jambi umbrella. They have the bad imagination mindset. Oh, this is not good. This is a Jambi umbrella. They will spray the water talking. That's why I give the free. I make awareness. That's already I started. That's why my intention based on the professor, I choose this. These are my reference. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir. Question from one student, one question from delegate. Organic farming, 100% impossible. Is it possible, sir? Is the question.
Actually, I use my mantra. Even I saw from Dr. Jayakumaran. He used some quotation. Impossible the energy in the world. Same thing. We cannot say impossible. Human being, everything possible. Impossible English word, but my mantra, everything possible.
Yeah.
Nothing impossible. Even Mother Teresa sometimes told me. So this organic farming, I said, some challenges in our conditions as India because of lack of precipitation, rainfall, and maintaining the livestock. For example, I would mention, olden time they have the each house mining the goat, sheep, cow, and buffalo. Nowadays we cannot find it because we don't have the field. So, sir, my answer is straightforward. This is possible.
In India, we are using chemical fertilizers for temporary fertility, sir. The farmers are using. They want immediate results. But in organic fertilizers alone yield permanent fertility to the soil. But the farmers don't know the value of organic manure, sir. Nowadays.
Sir, I repeatedly saying synthetic chemical, immediate and instant effect. For example, if you take the tablet, whatever, sometimes when the doctor, they give the tablet, even that's not pure, they give the injection immediately. Because when compared the tablet, injection is powerful. Same thing, synthetic. But you think about long term, I would say repeatedly. The organic, I cannot say all organic slow process. For example, you use decompose or fermented cow manure or cow mold. When you apply, within 2 days it will act. It will act. 2 days, but urea will act within hours, 45 minutes. So that's why, sir, my concern, my idea, we have to save the future. Unfortunately, we have population increasing and the demand also coming, need the more food, and we want more yield. So what you will do, we have to use this method, organic method.
Sir?
To minimize the side effect, to minimize the side effect for animal and human being.
Can I have the question?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead. Always
Dr.
welcome.
Dr. Jayakumaran is on the line.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am a physics professor, but I want in Guyana. This as you are telling about the organic farming and other things and agriculture setup and all the things.
Mhm.
Is in Guyana? It is mainly the cash crops are most used for the agriculture purpose or any food crops particularly.
No, sir. I will mention, main crops, Guyana, rice and sugarcane, okay?
Sugarcane.
But each,
Yes.
both, these are top sugar producers and in Western
Near-
Hemisphere.
Nearer
And-
Cuba is number one.
Correct, it was, but now it's not.
Oh.
Guyana was fit that one, okay?
Oh.
But rice, even I used to tell we can export the rice to India. So there's one of the top rice producers we export to the Europe, all
Oh.
Caribbean islands and US, especially the Belize, Venezuela. They import from rice from Guyana. So, but they have cash crop, 5 acre, 10 acre, whatever they have it, okay? So I am introducing first this system is a cash crop. I said, I identify 4 farmers, different region. I mean, it's a different state. We call the state. Here are the 10 regions. I identify 4 regions. Among the 7 regions, agriculture region, I have identified, I introduced, they are doing. But cash crop, I didn't go on to the rice because I said small farmer has the 150 acre.
Oh.
But I introduced using the biofertilizer, like
Great.
Azospire. How I can get the information?
Azospire.
Dr. Kalyan, this
Yes, Kalyan.
and from the TNU. That
Yes,
book
Tamil Nadu Agriculture University.
Yes, former vice chancellor. I know very well
Yes,
him.
yes.
I met him. He gave the 2 book for me. How fortunately we have centered the Tirupati Paradhyasa University, C. Subramaniam. They do the
Yes, yes.
Fluminense Center, established long back with the help of DST.
Oh.
Madras University. India also it was, now they change it. So I introduced the rice farmer using the biofertilizer. Whenever they irrigate the water, they have plenty of water, of course the rain also. I introduced the Rhizospium, Anaconda and Nasta. Give the
Okay, sir.
1 liter liquid form. They are doing now. But they couldn't, what you said correct. What's Professor Mahalingam said, they wait for result. They feel, bones, it doesn't work soon. It will take time. But next crop you see it, definitely minimize fertilizer. But some farmers, they are happy.
Sir,
Dr. Magalingam is a famous botanical scientist, sir.
what list?
He is specialized in herbal farming.
Yeah.
Okay, please visit Guyana. We have billion crops.
He has produced at more than 10 PhDs.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor. Sir, the developed countries are exporting chemical fertilizers to the developing countries. The developed countries are not using the chemical fertilizers for the agriculture.
They insisted, developed country.
Yeah. I used to visit Helsinki Policy Planning and Innovation, BU at Netherlands during 2008. At that time, I have seen so many setup for organic farming and everything. But they are encouraging. On the way to that unit, I saw one fertilizer unit. I asked them, why you are producing tons of fertilizers? He told, we are producing the chemical fertilizers for your country, India, Pakistan, Malaysia or Indonesia.
Even Guyana too. Sorry, you can include Guyana.
Yeah, okay. So
Yes, Prof, I can say the 2,4-D. Okay, we had some problem, in India. They're using the endosulfan, malathion, crotonbus. If we have some infirmity for the child farm, but we are producing because the lot of rely on the job. We are producing and selling. That's true. Lot of, especially from Europe, we import the lot of fertilizers. All the farmers direct import the US, Europe, and Canada. But they never use it. I understand what you said, correct. They will impose only developed country. They
Government should encourage, sir. The government should encourage, motivate the farmers for organic farming.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
My capacity,
is like-
that's why I proud to say I am Indian national still.
Yeah.
That award gave me 2019, one of the third highest award Guyana in Guyana history.
Oh.
First Indian, not only
Yeah.
Indian, outside
Oh,
of
great.
Guyana.
Big love, sir.
That
Great,
award.
sir. Great, sir.
Big, sir.
And that award for agriculture. And there's some chambers also give the selfless service of agriculture farming community across the homes. I got the one award 2018.
Okay.
Guyana always encouraging. That's why I said, whenever they have the problem, the region 1 or region 2, region 3, the disease, immediately, of course, I am the recognized plant pathologist in Guyana. Immediately, minister call me. This is Suma. Even minister, president, they can walk, they put the hand in shoulder, they will come my home, they can go anywhere here. Even president, days before, it just simply come to my house in front of gate. Holmes, how are you? They used to call Holmes. They put the hand, Holmes, and last Saturday, the Ministry of Education, she called me, Dr. Holmes, come. She walked with me. Simply see myself and my chancellor. 3-person working campus. So, whenever have any problem in agriculture, they used to call me. But
That
even yes, yeah, please.
Okay,
I have
okay,
good
sir.
understanding. I have good understanding.
wrap up, they recognize the Indian minds.
Yeah, the private sector, 1.5 crore worth. I construct the soil lab 2019 last year. Who support this 1.5 crore? The soil
Wow.
lab going to the micro macronutrient. Who give private company, one of the rice company. I give the space in my campus, half acre. They big a beautiful soil lab. It is functioning.
Oh.
They put the
How-
director. I am in charge of a director of the lab.
How is the research support in Guyana, sir, in education, particularly higher education? Funding and other
Unfortunately,
thing.
correct. We don't have any funding answer like a CSR, DPT, ICR, DN, whatever.
UGC.
UGC, whatever. But Guyana, nothing. I will approaching outside. One of our Professor Jairaj, he working UWA, University of West Indies, in Trinidad, Tobago. He is one of the ladies. He's a plant pathologist. He got all the fund. Myself, he got the fund. He make the beautiful building, 3-story biotechnology building. Imagine from the Europe one. So we are doing something, sir. I proud to say,
Okay.
wherever we are, Indian always work hard work people.
Almost all aspects from manures, vermicompost, green leaf manuring, biofertilizer, animal husbandry, biological management, and so on. So, sir has created an awareness among the young minds about the organic farming. So, how the organic materials should be utilized properly. So, sir has created self-employment opportunities for unemployed youth. Really, your talk was an eye-opener with plenty of information to use organic manures in their field or in their home gardens. Thank you very much for your nice presentation, sir. On behalf of VHNS College and Pure Foundation, render sincere thanks to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody.